I have one question just because, just to check it off the list. You were in Moscow. Was that for work? Um,
So I'll tell you what happened is I've never been a true crime person until Gabby Petito. And those of you have heard me talk about, I have a teenage daughter. So the Gabby Petito case kind of gripped me, and I followed it while I was sitting in my office working. And so then I kind of got intrigued in these cases a little bit.
mhm.
Not a lot, a little bit, but it kind of went from Gabby Petito, and then the next big thing after that was what happened in Moscow. So I'd
Yep.
always thought it would be kind of cool just to see the town and understand the community and kind of wrap my brain around everything that had happened. So I took my family on a ski trip to Big Sky, Montana, and when we got done with our ski trip, I took my family back. I was in my truck, and I took my family back to Bozeman, Montana, to fly back home. And I had to go over and work in Missoula, which is over on the west side of the state. And I was sitting there bored in my hotel room, and I was watching about the Moscow case,
Yep.
and I thought, you know what? It sure seems like I ought to be somewhat close to there. So I pulled up, my Apple map, and I was only like 3 or 4 hours away. And I knew the next day I was going to that was Saturday. I knew the next day, Sunday, I was going to have a full day with nothing to do in a town where I didn't know anybody. So I just drove over there, you know.
Yep.
And I got to tell you, I went and bought a few little things, and was taking those things to drop them off in front of the house where the memorial was. And when I was there, I ended up meeting Brian Enton later that day. But when I was there, they had a bunch of reporters with a tent set up outside, and I got to talking to them. They asked me where I was from, and we were just chit chatting. And I heard one of the other reporters, while I was standing there, say, "Hey, you know what? It sure would be nice to have a drone." And I said, "Well, you know what? I'm a drone pilot. I got a drone in my truck."
Oh, wow.
Oh, did you?
You're a
Yeah.
drone pilot?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's a
So,
nice skill we didn't know about you.
well, I'm an amateur drone pilot. I've crashed it. I crashed it into the river. I'm not that good, but I can get, I can get footage. So, I said, well, man, I got a drone, and if you just tell me what you want, I'll get you some footage, and I'll send it to you while we're standing right here, and you got my permission to use it if you're, using it for your news story or whatever. So, I shot I got some raw footage for him and sent it to him or whatever. And then I started thinking, you know what? I'm going to put a little video together, and it's going to be like a little commemorative video. And I'm going to put some footage of everything, the Sigma Chi house, the actual house. And then I'm going to put some pictures of the kids in there, and I'm going to put some music to it. And I'm just going to post in memory of these 4 kids, and I'm gonna put it on my Facebook page, because I know a lot of my friends were following the case.
Yep.
So I did that, Ethan, and believe it or not, that's been some of these people that are angry
I know.
that
I know.
the case have taken that video from years ago, and they've grabbed it, posted it or whatever, and talked about that, I was a creep, and I was this, and I was that. And, it's sad, because, the whole story as to how it unfolded. And I got real good response from all my friends, and how sad they were for the kids and the families. But, it doesn't take much for people to latch on to something. And that's kind of how that all came to be.